gum chewing ramble here for December. It is December 1st. I'm gonna bounce between kind of soft spoken and whispering. I got a couple game tastes to tap on. I'll scratch the pillow here as well. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit of a longer ramble again. We'll see how far I go. I did not put a video up yesterday. I got home Tuesday night and I was just not in the mood to make a video for Wednesday because I worked yesterday, so I was like, you know, I usually either will have them filmed already or I will do it the night before and then schedule it for whatever time, 10, 11 a.m. I wasn't in the mood, honestly. I still have to respond to comments too. I have like 7 or 8, maybe 9 I have to still respond to. But every once in a while I give myself a day where I'm just not in the mood to do a vid. That glare is coming in that window over there, whatever. That's not a problem. You can only see a little bit of the tree right there. I've done this in the past here at this apartment. I'll do a little tour of the Christmas stuff we put up and the tree and whatnot. Maybe next week I'll do that. But yeah, I'm just gonna ramble about whatever. Just watched the second Super Mario Brothers movie trailer. Looks pretty good, actually. They threw, if here's spoilers in here, I guess, if you don't want to watch the trailers and be surprised by the stuff, I guess. But Donkey Kong was in there briefly. They were playing Mario Kart, not playing it, but they were participating in Mario Kart. There's a Mario Kart part. You got more voices. You got Luigi in there in this one. Peach was in there as well. And they show Mario, like, I guess he's doing like a training course or something. And it's like an old school type Mario thing. And he's just getting his ass kicked by it. Looks pretty good. Chris Pratt's voice, he's interesting in this one because at some points he does a little let's go and he does a little wahoo at the end. And those sound a little bit more natural or Mario sounding. And then he kind of sounds like himself sometimes. I wouldn't let any of the voices in the movie affect how I'm going to enjoy it, honestly. Jack Black as Bowser still sounds good. Charlie Day's Luigi sounds solid as well. Not because he really sounds like Luigi, because in reality, Luigi's actually probably even harder to voice than Mario would be in terms of, like, mimicking it. Because Mario, I feel, is like kind of easy if you really wanted to mimic it. Luigi has those weird, like, and he has the, kind of like Luigi-ish personality, so he sounded fine. Peach sounded fine. That's not gonna bother me enough. Unless, like, he was just, like, absolutely garbage as Mario. I'm more into the visuals and stuff of it and the story itself. But looks pretty cool. So you got a couple quick shot of a bunch of Yoshis running around. Is it, what's it called? Cheep little fishes, is that what they're called? It hits Mario in the face. I think they're called that or something else, I can't remember. So some Shy Guys in there and stuff. But that should be decent. Animation looks really nice. Played a little bit of The Last Guardian. Pretty cool, actually. Very much like a vibe and a look of like an Ico and a Shadow Colossus made by the same people. So. But that's another game, and I have not played Kena or Kena. I don't know how to say it. What's the rest of the name of that? Damn it. I forgot the rest of the name of that game, but it has that PS2 era, Xbox GameCube vibe to it, and I love that. As long as the game's good, of course. But Last Guardian has that as well, just because it's still a throwback. It looks incredible. Like, at first you're kind of like, and then you like start to look at the architecture and the Trico is the animal because you're the kid, but like someone's narrating. I think it's the kid when he's older is narrating. And in the beginning, you wake up and free him, and then you kind of start to get along. He's following you around. I think I'm on the third little part. I just got to a part where Trico is scared to go in this park. It's like electric. And then I call him down, and he gets shocked and starts flipping out and like eats me, and I guess spits me back up. And now he's kind of like sleeping or unconscious, and I gotta climb down his tail and do some stuff. Pretty cool so far. It does have a really nice look. Like the animations are really nice, and it's just, I don't know, like at first you're kind of like, nah, and then all of a sudden, like as you start like looking around, stuff, you're like, holy shit, this looks really nice. I still been playing God of War, and I guess I kind of just want to bounce off other games too. In God of War, I had gotten to that fight with Baldur again. You're about to go to the land of the giants, and it gets fucked. And I'm on a dragon, and me and my son go in the head. Me and here end up back in hell again. What are they? Helheim. And we had to get our way out on a boat. It was kind of cool. He like used the things to make it fly. He pulled the sails over, and these fires lit. So I'm back in like the main area now, and I'm kind of just doing some side stuff because I don't know if I'm at like closer to end game action. So I want to kind of just do some side crap. I'm not going to do a ton, but maybe just, I found all the chests. I did all the chest puzzles with the health upgrades and the rage upgrades. I got all those. I freed another dragon at one point. I was just like kind of going all over the place at one point. I felt to free this other dragon on this other place area. I don't know if that dragon will come back to help me or something, but really awesome game still. It's funny, like, these are spoilers here, obviously, but Atreus, like, Kratos finally tells him, listen, I'm a god. He tells him his story. He didn't want to. And because his son's pretty much a god, too, right? I think that plays more into it in the second game, too. But you see it now in this one. He starts acting like a dick, the kid. For a bit, he's acting like an asshole to the one dwarf, Sindir, I think. And he's just being a dick. We're gods. We can do what we want. He's, like, taunting the enemies and shit. And then bites him in the ass because he fucks up when Baldur comes back and you're fighting him. And it's a cutscene, actually, this part. And then he fucks up and gets grabbed by him, but then you get him back. And then he realizes, oh shit, that wasn't me. Because you killed one of Thor's sons, I forget his name, and then the other one got the shit kicked out of him. But you fought them both. And then I guess Thor blamed the other son for the other one's death. And he's all beaten up and shit, and then fucking Atreus like stabs him with something. And then when you're in hell, you see like the things you've done. It kind of fucks with your mind. Because Kratos sees Zeus again. Zeus talking. I really fucking dug that. I threw this up on Instagram, but when you get the fucking spoilers again, it's an older game. If you have a PlayStation, you played this. If you're interested in this game, you played it already. If you had a PlayStation 4 and you're interested, you played it already. But you get the Blades of Chaos back from the other games, and when he's doing it, because when you first go down to Helheim, you have to, you can't use your axe because it's cold against the cold. Because in their version of hell, it's super cold. And he's like, oh, I got something that could work, and he digs out his fucking Blades of Chaos, and I was like, holy shit, and he sees Athena's kind of ghost again, briefly talking, fucking with him. And I was like, oh shit, yes. That was really cool. And then it added new gameplay too, which was fun. I was doing a lot of, you're not going as nuts as you did in the other ones with those fucking things, but it's still fun to just kind of get back into that shit. So now I'm using both weapons for certain things and certain puzzles and stuff. Because once you get the Blades of Chaos, you can do different puzzles. These wind-type puzzles where you gotta grab the thing, you only have 10 seconds, you gotta throw it into another one. You have to like kind of move along and get to there. It's like a time limit type thing in a way. I got a bunch of upgrades and stuff for my weapons and stuff like that. So I'm like kind of looking through. I'm selling a bunch of them too because I have the ones I really like and I'm upgrading them and shit. And I've got a lot of the moves. I have a lot of experience. Sometimes I forget to upgrade moves and stuff in those kind of games, and I like build up a shit ton of experience points, and I forget that I can do it. But it's still super fucking enjoyable. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. gotta say, the PS1, the original PlayStation game cases, have the best tapping sounds. It's just a CD case, so this is the Urban Chaos I had gotten back a few weeks ago. Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. I can't do it when you have the plastic wrapping on there. It gets that nice sound. But yeah, it was a lot. And I started playing Uncharted again. I'm on the Scotland level. I think it's chapter 8. Your brother came back. And I did the heist kind of mission that they actually had through in the movie. That was cool. Honestly, my friend was telling my friend about it. How you like it? I'm like, it's cool, but I forgot how fucking annoying and how bullet spongy the enemies are. I already got the first headshot achievement because you have to. I think it's a few levels of those. The many headshots you get. I immediately got it because you have to hit these guys in the head for them to go down. It'll take like 6 or 7 shots, and they're not like they're armored. Some of them in the heist mission are running around in fucking suits. I don't think they have full body armor or something. That was always annoying in those games. But another game that looks great and is, the climbing and shit and all the traversal stuff is great. And the voice acting's obviously always good in those games. But I don't know, I'm enjoying it, but I think I was to my friend, I'm like, I've been playing the hell out of God of War, and God of War is just like almost on another level in terms of like everything. Gameplay, story, graphics. Like case in point again, like I say, all PS3 games, you could look at some and be like, that still looks really good. I look at this God of War and I'm like, this looks better than any other game I played on the Xbox One. And there's some really good Xbox One games. I know the PS4 is more powerful, I'm pretty sure, than the Xbox One. And I think the Series X is more powerful than the PS5. But not these things aren't, it's not leaps and bounds more powerful. But you just see it and you're like, oh my god, this looks insane. And same thing with Uncharted. I was like, wow. But, and I've been enjoying that as well. I just want to kind of bounce around a little bit and just experience some of these games a little bit before just kind of finishing off God of War. And then I'll pick up Ragnarok at some point. Since a bonus that's on the PS4 as well. Because I get to play it. Like I said, I'm sure the PS5 looks, I don't need to once again, I'd have to look at side-by-side comparisons. Obviously, it's going to look better than a PS4, but is it going to look like PS2 to PS3 gap? Probably not. I feel like the gap between the older system and the newest system, it's like smaller and smaller because you reach a point, it's almost like you need the TVs to be better. Like I know some of these do 4K or 8K, whatever the fuck it is now. You almost need everything now. You need the TV, you need the system for like the full experience. Like I said, I'm gonna get a Series X sometime in 2023, and I have all these PS4 games to play, and I still can get Ragnarok, and if I like Horizon Zero Dawn, I can still get the second one of those. The only one I couldn't get that I would have cared about would be the Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. And I was telling my friend this too. The only game that will sell a system for me, and it did it once before, I'll talk about it in a second, is when they say the new Elder Scrolls comes out. Now, at the very least, Elder Scrolls is going to be a timed exclusive because obviously Microsoft owns Bethesda now. So, I don't think they would deprive the Sony fans of playing it, but that shit's going to be a timed exclusive. You do not throw that out at the same time. You need that. Microsoft needs that advantage because Sony will still kick ass, regardless if they don't own Bethesda or Activision, because they bought Activision Blizzard too, right? That's why it's like, when that game is finally, it needs to be announced soon. Okay, they can't keep putting out Skyrim. Okay, it came out in 2011. They need a new Elder Scrolls, because that comes out, I'm going to be like, where's the nearest Series X? I need it. I need it now. That's the only game where I will need a system, and it happened with the 360. I was gonna wait on the 360. It came out in like October 05. I was like, cool. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to wait like a year because I didn't care enough. There was nothing that I was super interested in. It looked great, especially compared to the Xbox, PS2, GameCube. But I was like, you know, I remember I grabbed the PS2 at one point. I remember actually going to Blockbuster in early 06, and I was grabbing some PS2 games. It's like right before the Blockbusters really started to disappear. And I was picking up games with PS2, enjoying it. I got Shadow of the Colossus, Fatal Frame. I had like 25 games, and then I did not know about the Elder Scrolls, or maybe I'd seen pictures of the Elder Scrolls in magazines, probably in 05. But I didn't see any trailers yet. I'd seen like a Game Informer or something. I was like, that looks cool. Didn't know when it was coming out, so I didn't care. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, Elder Scrolls. I think it came out in April of 06, or maybe late March. I was like, and then I saw a video of it, and I was like, fuck. So I sold a couple games. I remember selling Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2, and back then those games sold for $95 both. Now they'd probably sell for $250. And I sold some stuff. I had some money. I'm like, I got the 360 without the hard drive, so I had to get a memory card as well. Because it was $300, so pretty decent price. I'm like, I have to get it for Elder Scrolls, and that was the first game I got. And obviously, I loved Oblivion. It was Elder Scrolls Oblivion, by the way. I just said Elder Scrolls, but it's Oblivion. And I was like, yes, this is fucking amazing. It looked insane when you first come out of like the tunnels. When you escape the jail, you come out of the tunnels. You're like, oh, and you see like a portion of the world. You're like, holy shit. Admittedly, Skyrim didn't do that to me the same way, because Skyrim, you're also captive in the beginning of Skyrim, but it's not the same. You're already outside, so you're already getting a look at the world. But only game that could do it is Elder Scrolls. Like GTA couldn't do it either, honestly. And I love the GTA's, but I'd be like, whatever, I can wait on that. I can't wait on the Elder Scrolls. I probably ended up waiting for that. Oblivion was probably a few weeks after it came out when I got the system. And then I picked up like Condemned Criminal Origins, which also blew my mind at the time. But yeah, that's why it's like I don't. That's why. Oh, you should have got the 5. It's like, hey, I would have been spending more than double my money. But the games aren't there. If the new God of War was only on the 5, that would have possibly changed my mind. But in my head, I'm like, the Series X is gonna either have timed exclusives or like I could see like that indie game, strictly exclusive. Doom will probably get multi-platform when they make the Call of Duty, because now they fucking own the Call of Duties. Not that I'm like going nuts to get Call of Duties, but those are still gonna be cross-platform. Elder Scrolls would be a timed exclusive, but like I could see some of the stuff like Dishonored all of a sudden exclusive to Microsoft, because Microsoft needs to do that. That's part of the reason they're scooping this shit up. They wouldn't admit it, but they know Sony. They had them with PS3 era. 360 was the shit. PS3 was great too, but 360 was the one people really wanted. Even though the PS3 ended up selling more over the years, but like the cross-platform games always sold more on 360. So that was their one, and the Xbox was their first console, home console, not PC. So, and the PS2 was a fucking phenomenon. So that was nothing was beating that fucking thing. But I was like, I could do the same thing I did this generation, and 5 years down the line, I'm gonna grab PS5 now and catch up on all these games. It's still fresh to me because I haven't played it. I'm like, holy shit, yes. Holy shit, God of War, Uncharted 4. They all look incredible. It's turning into more of a video game ramble. I'll stop for a second here, real quick though. When I started playing God of War and Uncharted, there's a different vibe, and this is why I still regretted getting the Xbox One over. Because I could have did the same thing in reverse. Or just gotten the Series X instead of... Because the PS4 exclusives have a different feel. Uncharted's God of War, there's a different feel than like Gears of War some do it. Like the Halo still does that. Gives me that like certain. I can't describe the feeling, but even Gears of War doesn't do it. Fable probably would, but they didn't put one out. Or Dead Rising 3 actually gave me that feeling too. But like Quantum Break and some of the newer ones didn't. Not to say they were bad games. I enjoyed them a lot, but there's something about playing those PlayStation exclusives where you're like, wow, I don't know. But yeah, sports. Portland was like 10-3. They're 11-11 now. They've been shitting all over themselves. Which is not really surprising, but I'm still doing decent. They lost the Flyers the other night, but they're 15-9. I did some football rambling the other day. I forgot the Bucks lost to the Browns. It's a stat like Brady hadn't lost a game ever in his career when he was up like 7 points with 2 minutes left, and that was his first one to the Browns of all teams. The Packers aren't doing well. The Vikings are going to wrap that division up probably this weekend. Denver's finished. So Seattle's going to have a sweet pick on top of their own. Like Seattle, and here's the thing. Like, I don't think Geno Smith is the long-term solution for the Seahawks. But he's been playing great. Shit, I'd take him over Russell Wilson. But it doesn't matter because they're going to have a bunch of picks. Because even if he still keeps playing well, it doesn't matter. They'll have the quarterback then, and they'll have all these picks. They could end up being really good in the future. Well, Denver has to figure it. Denver has to hope Russell Wilson's here this year's a fluke. Because their line is complete shit. Now, I know he had some bad lines in Seattle, but he might just be getting older to where he can't compensate for a bad line anymore, so he needs a good offensive line. I can't explain Denver. Their defense is like top 5, and their offense has to be the worst in the league. I can't explain it. I really can't. Other than that, if Wilson just completely is done, but I can't see that being the case. I don't know. Jets had a bounce-back win. They benched Zach Wilson, and Mike White threw 3 touchdowns. I mean, they played the Bears, but still, you gotta beat teams, right? If the Jets make the playoffs, Denver will have the longest non-playoff streak of missing the playoffs, which is crazy. It's a team of 3 Super Bowls that have gone to 8 Super Bowls, and they go in these droughts of not making the playoffs. But some of those other droughts, like when Mike Shanahan was coach, they missed the playoffs for, well, he wasn't there for the 5th year. They fired him after the 4th. I remember Pat Bowlen was like in tears. He felt so bad firing Shanahan. But it understood why it happened. He'd been the coach for like 14 years. You sometimes just need a change. But during those years where they didn't make it, they were like 7-9, 9-7, 8-8. They weren't terrible. This run they've had the past like 3 or 4 years, they have been not good at all. They've been pretty fucking bad. Well, last year they were 7-6, and then they dropped 4 games in a row, so they had a shot last year. But baseball, no big free agents. The Astros signed Abreu from the White Sox, I believe. The guy work was telling me. So they just got better. The champs just got better. But a lot of guys have been moving yet. I don't know. But, you know, I was actually looking at boxes of cards, older baseball boxes of cards on eBay. I might grab one, an old Upper Deck box from like the 90s. Kind of like what I did with that Fleer Ultra box. What I've been watching. Oh, we started watching Wednesday. We're on the 6th. We watched 6 episodes. I'm really enjoying that show. Jenna Ortega's great as Wednesday. All the casting of the family is good. Some of the family members aren't in it really that much because she goes to like a Nevermore school for outcasts. And they are in it, though. We have guy's name? Catherine Zeta-Jones is the mother, right? What's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name. Damn it. I think he was in Oz. I gotta look up his name. I don't know the person in the name who plays Pugsley either. But it's good. Good casting in the show. I just like it. It's got that mystery feel and stuff, and it's just, I don't know, I like those kind of shows where it's like a little bit of a mystery and stuff. It's something Ruiz, isn't it? No, it's Luis Guzman. That's his name. He had to have been in Oz. I like it. I don't know. I like those kind of shows where it's like a mystery type shit going on. Scooby-Doo type shit. Yeah, but Luis Guzman's been in. He's been in a ton of shit. Obviously, Catherine Zeta-Jones has been too. It's good, man. I like it. It's got the Tim Burton flair to it as well. Because he's directing them. I want to start watching the Willow show on that's on Disney Plus, I think. I remember enjoying the movie back in the day. I kind of just want to check it out and see how it is. I don't know if I'll stick with it, but I don't know if I watched anything else. Did we watch any movies? Oh, we watched a movie on Netflix, Falling for Christmas or something. It's Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan was in it. It was just okay, very mediocre, but it was good to see. I even said to my fiance, I'm like, it's good to see Lindsay Lohan has gotten over it, because she's having a lot of struggles and stuff, and she's gotten past all that shit, and she's back in these movies and stuff. I was like, that's good to see. But it was a standard kind of Christmas movie. It wasn't terrible, but it was just something you watch once and never watch again. Dude, I haven't been watching a ton. Do a little tapping, I think. I gotta show this because it's right here. This is my old, this Christmas stocking was made for me when I was probably like a year old. It's got those bells on it. It does say, Richard around the top. I like it and I still have it. I don't know who made it for me. It was maybe my aunt or my mom or my grandma. Could have been any one of them. But I still have it though. I need to do the garage sale recap video. That's going to be coming this month soon. I still have to do my anxiety update. I was going to do it in part of this ramble, but I was like, you know what? I'll save it for its own thing. I need to do that too. Somebody was asking about that. I ended up only doing one roleplay last month, but you know what? Like I said, with me doing, like I said, oh, channel update. I'm going to try to schedule videos. It's not happening. I can't do it because it's going to actually, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, it's going to make me feel like I need to do certain videos. The way I've done my videos the whole fucking time is, I'll be like, I want to do this tomorrow. And sometimes I don't even do that, but it comes up as it comes up. It goes as it goes. I'm not going to. That's why sometimes, oh, there's 3 drink reviews in a row. Or here comes a video game block of videos. Here's a couple of role plays. Here's a shady, it's just how it goes. Here's a tapping video. There's been a bunch of rambles, whatever it may be. I can't put myself in a schedule. I just can't do it. The only thing I might do is, like, because I'm doing it again this month, or the first video of the Actually, it wasn't the first video of November. It was not a ramble. I think it was the second video. But I might do ramble at the beginning of the month, ramble at the end of the month, like kind of a longer one, or just like a end of the month ramble, beginning of the month ramble. Yeah. But, that's how I have to do things, because if I start to schedule myself and put myself into certain, I gotta do videos, it's gonna annoy me. It's gonna take some of the fun out of it, so it's all about having fun. Yeah, like I said yesterday, I was like, I had my stuff out, and I was like, I don't feel like making a video, because I would have just did this ramble for December. Well, I'm sorry, no, I'm talking about Tuesday. I was gonna film this video last night, but I ended up doing this morning now. Tuesday night I was gonna do, I forget the hell I was gonna do, but I was like, I don't feel like doing it. I might, I'll probably do a PS4 cover art vid now that I have enough of them. I'll probably do a PS4 cover art review this month as well. There'll be a Christmas haul coming, some eating videos. Somebody in the comments had mentioned peanut butter M&Ms. I'm like, I didn't even know they had those, and then I see them in the store, so I'll probably try to do an eating video on those. The same thing with like the body armor. I'm like, I've never seen that, and all of a sudden, here it is, there it is. That drink, so I'll say. Still, I've never done a live stream. Maybe I'll do one this month. I won't. Maybe I do. You never know. I was looking at old Genesis games. I bought 2 actually. On what was I just saying? I saw something on my phone lit up. I forgot. Oh, it's on the Genesis games. I picked up 2 sport games. I like grabbing the Genesis sports games. It's funny, I was talking to my friend, I'm like, I got all these fucking fresh games of PS4, and I'm like, oh, let's play fucking NHL 94. I want to play Lakers for Celtics. I love those Genesis 16-bit sport games for me, especially on the Genesis. That's where my sport playing games, like, that's my favorite era of sports games. For sure. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But it is December 1st, so this year is almost done. Almost finished. I read this gum. 30 minutes of chewing it is a bit much. Someone's asking my favorite gum, because I chew a lot of it. I said probably the tropical twist from Trident. Actually, the grape Big League Chew that I had that a few times. It's probably the best. I'll try to get another gameplay or 2 up this month. I still need to get capture cards. Still haven't. This is the existence of how I like this. How I do things. I still want to do that channel, but like I said, I need to have the time to get vids up. So like, if work slows down a little bit and I get less days, I can maybe be like, okay, let's just hammer out some vids. I mean, like I've said in the past here, that channel would not have a video up every day. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way I'd be able to handle it. If it was the only thing I was doing, sure. Like if I literally had the whole week to film videos, sure, but that's not the case. I'd love to do YouTube full time, but that's not happening. I'll never have that kind of sub count. weather's been all over the place as well. Like cold one day, hot the next. It was freaking raining like crazy yesterday. It was windy too, so it was blowing it all over the place. I got another game coming. I'll probably do a pickup video on it. It's probably gonna be my last PS4 game for the time being, and I'll get some for Christmas. And it was cheaper, and it's a game I'm interested in. I've been interested in for a little bit since it pretty much came out, which might have been last year. I don't know. If it was 21 or it was early. It might even come out early this year. And there'll be drink review videos, of course, this month. I might lean a little more on like just regular flavor, different types of sodas this month, and not as much energy drinks. I gotta find them though. Sometimes it's hard to find, like, because I've done like all the Mountain Dews I can that I've been able to get a hold of. I remember somebody asked about like pineapple. Was it Sunkist or Fonda? I haven't seen that around. That's a problem. Like sometimes regionally, you can only find certain things in certain regions of the country. It's like I found that pineapple Mountain Dew in 2021 in South Carolina in a dollar store, Dollar General. I was like, holy shit, what's this? Grabbing a 6-pack. You can only grab a 6-pack. I'm like, give me that. That one was okay. It wasn't one of my favorites, but when I'm down in Florida, they usually have, a nice selection of Mountain Dews. The Walmart has them. Publix will have some different ones. Their dollar stores, the Dollar Generals as well, will have some different ones. But they'll have, like, the Walmart has, like, Spark, Major Melon, Voltage, Code Red, regular, one other one. What is it? They don't have Livewire. Livewire is a harder one for me to find. I found that one upstate. I was pumped. Well, they have the Flaming Hot one, too. A lot of places have that. Even here, though, you can get Code Red, Voltage, and usually at least Spark or Major Melon. But you can find them both. I really wish they would bring that Ginger Snap back one. That Fruit Quake one was not as good as Ginger Snap. I love the Ginger Snap one. I was like, this tastes exactly like gingerbread. This is weird. And I'm kind of always a little disappointed in what I have to check again, though. The times I've gone into Five Below, I expect like a little bit more of a drink selection. I don't know why. I expect this. Like, I expect stores to have certain things. I don't know why. But they don't have, like, I'm like, oh, maybe they'll have some different Mountain Dews, but they don't really have anything. They have usually the basic stuff. Regular, the stuff you find everywhere. I just caught the top of my lip. Oh, damn it. Not terribly, but it's going to be a pain in the ass for a couple of days. Yeah. It is, but, the ShopRite has some decent stuff. That's where I get the G Fuel ones, but they haven't had any other ones I've noticed there, new ones. Just responding to a text here real quick. I apologize. I hate typing on keyboards, and I type with my left hand, so I don't know if that's annoying. And I typically only type with one. I don't like doing two. And then I gotta get rid of that autocorrect, because it autocorrects the shit that makes no sense. So, we'll see how it should go. shame the garage sale season's pretty much over, but what are you gonna do? I ended up turning it on. Not turning it, but I ended up getting lucky. October, like early November. You know, I think I had, what was it, 3 weeks in a row. Right, what did I get first? I got the Resident Evil and those games, the PS1 games, and the Genesis game, and I got one 360 game and the 2 PlayStation 3 games. And then I think the following week I think the second week I got the Wii. It was at $10. You got the Wii system, some controllers and whatnot. And the Mario Kart. No, wait. Yeah, Mario Kart was in the Wii. And then that one garage that I went to, and I'm like, oh, Mario Kart. I open up, oh my god. And I told the person, oh, the game's not in here, just to let him, I like to let him know most of the time. And they're like, oh shit, I guess we'll throw it out. I was like, I'll take it. I'll pay you. I'll give you like $1 or $2 for it. And she's like, just take it. I'm like, you sure? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I have the game at home. Because I still would have been like, here's $2. Because cases have value as well. Especially if you have the game. But, and then I had gotten, after the Wii, I had gotten the boxes and the manuals. Which, oddly enough, was probably the best hit. Because I had the Paper Mario box and manual. And the Ogre Battle 64 box and manual. Which, if I was to sell both of them, I'd probably make over $200 after fees, which is crazy. I did sell the Harvest Moon manual for like $31, so that already paid for. I paid $10 for that, and I got the No Mercy N64 game as well, which has a little bit of value itself. But I ended up hitting some stuff. Like I might have had another one in there. Oh yeah, I did. I had the. It wasn't like a massive hit because I had to pay some money for it. But remember that one I told you about where the person was, I guess, cleaning out a storage unit. I had all types of games, and those people came fucking lunatics coming at it, you know. But I was able to grab the Potter games there and some other stuff as well. I mean, it's like, I think it was $30 for 11 games. It was a little less than $3 a game. Not bad, but I don't call it like a mega hit. And some of that stuff I was buying just to kind of have. Yeah, what did I get that one? I have it on my Instagram. I'll look at the picture and see what the hell was in there. I want to see. The last picture I posted on October 29th. I got the whole game for the GameCube. Goblet of Fire, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban for the GameCube. I got X-Men Legends 2 for the GameCube, Tag 2, and Aquaman for the GameCube. 2 Potter games and the whole incredible whole game for the Game Boy Advance, and then Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets for the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. No. I shied away from that. I still need to give this a play again. That's my problem. I buy these games, I don't play them. I have too many games. I might sound like a fucking asshole right there, but I just keep buying these games because I have the money to do it at the moment. And they're not, I don't spend a lot of money on games in terms of like a single game. Like, I still have like these rules in my head. Where I'll be like, no, I like to spend like 20 or less or something. Or maybe, like I keep saying, oh, I'm going to splurge at one of the retro game stores. I'm going to bring like $100, and I like never do. I still keep it like at least under 50, and not under like 40 or 30. Even when I have money, I'm still like, I don't like spending a lot of it. I went a little nuts with the PlayStation, admittedly, before the PlayStation 4 and the games, but wait, is it Kena Bridge of Spirits? I don't know. But I'm excited about that Mario movie. Like I said, Chris Pratt's voice, it sounded better in this, but if it's not great, what are you gonna do? Like, it's not gonna affect the way I like the movie unless he just was awful. Like, if he's getting his lines out and they sound fine in terms of like good acting, fine. But if it was a goddamn disaster, I still wouldn't care. I would move on to something else. That's what I do. The Halo show, for example. I was so hyped for this fucking show. And it had some really cool parts. When the Covenant showed up, you're like, this is awesome. And then there was just dumb stuff throughout. Him taking his helmet off didn't bother me because I was like, you're going to have to. He had his helmet off like 90% of the time, which was a stupid choice. They should have at least did like 50-50. Because you have to figure in real life or in the Halo games, you only see Master Chief typically when he's out doing shit. When he's just chilling, I'm sure he doesn't walk around with his fucking helmet on, you know? And I forget the guy's name who played him, but I thought he's fine. But then he was like in love with someone, and I'm like, what? Master Chief fell in love. Like, what's going on here? That's part of me. Is just like, show me more Covenant. And overall, the Covenant stuff was solid. I liked it. Like when they had that little battle with the Covenant shit. Grunts are dropping down jackals. It was really cool. I hope Season 2 is better. I hope Season 2 is just like a retelling of the original Halo game. Because that's where this was pushing. This was like before combat evolved. But man, overall, that show was a disappointment. There was parts that were really cool, for sure. And I'll give it another shot because I want to see if they like, if it's just more fight. Which is stupid, you know. Like, I just want to see Covenant battling the fucking Marines and Master Chief and the Spartans in there and shit. I want to see that. With some story in there as well. You could have your slower episodes, but a lot of people say I have not watched it, but people have told me that I've watched it. Like a couple of my friends said. The Andor show, they have a lot of like security councils and the Empire doing stuff, and people are like, yo, this is awesome. You could do that in Halo, have the head. They did some of that in the first season. Have the Covenant doing their shit, and you could do that while throwing in shit. You don't have to throw love stories in, man. What's next? You know, like, Master Chief's gonna be like, Arbiter, I love you, you know, like, I mean, you know they do, but still. But I'm open to it. And like I said, I gave it a chance. I watched, I voiced my opinion, I move on. I don't dwell on that shit because my mind, I don't retain that stuff long enough, and I'm not as big a fan as I am of stuff. I'm almost never a big enough fan. I almost appreciate the people who are super passionate about things and they get upset, but you know what? You get upset for a bit and you have to move on. You can't, because most of the time nothing's going to be done, and in fact, they might make it worse. So it's better to just say, you know what? Especially when it comes to like a game movie. It's like, I still got the game, so if the movie or the show sucks, it sucks. I say that's fucking blown opportunity, and I move back to the games or the books or whatever the hell it may be. The only time Silent Hill is something I'm super into, and I know there's people that know every inch of the lore of Silent Hill. I'm pretty well versed in the Silent Hill series, but I ain't the best. But I just love those games, and admittedly, I liked the first Silent Hill movie because it had to look down, similar to Operation Raccoon City. No, wait. Welcome to Raccoon City. That's the game, Operation Raccoon City. The look was incredible. Some of the story shit was awful, and some of the characters being weird. But like Pyramid Head was in the first Silent Hill movie, and I was like, no. He manifests from James' mind. He's only in Silent Hill 2, damn it. He is not in Silent Hill. And then they threw him in the Homecoming game. Because he's Pyramid Head, everybody loves him. Understandably, it's fucking Pyramid Head. But he belongs in a certain thing. And I know when they announce all that Silent Hill stuff, and some of it looks cool. That like the Japanese folklore Silent Hill looks really cool. Even if it's just like doesn't even have to have Silent Hill on the name. That looks cool. A few of the other ones look decent as well. Honestly, Silent Hill 2 remake looks cool. I think that's only on PS PS5 though. Oh shit. But there's a couple other games too they announced for that. But Christoph Gans, who did direct the first Silent Hill, is going to do a second Silent Hill movie. And I'm like, okay, have James in this one. Just make it like Silent Hill 2, the game, and you're going to have a winner. But the first movie was leaps and bounds better than that second one. Holy shit, that movie sucked. I remember seeing the first trailer. I was like, man, it doesn't look bad. And then I saw a second trailer. I'm like, this looks terrible. And it was. Once again, the look was pretty good. But it was just stupid. And, oh yeah, that's right. The second one, Pyramid Head, like, saves the day and fights this other. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? No, Pyramid Head belongs in Silent Hill 2. He's a manifestation of James's psyche and shit, just like everything else is in the world. That's why 2 is the greatest video game story. All these people, Eddie, Angela, him, Laura, they're all in Silent Hill for their own reasons, and she can't even see. James is like, have you seen those monsters? And Laura's like, what the hell are you talking about? Because she's probably seeing Silent Hill as she saw it when she was last there. A nice town. James is seeing it as, you know, the town brings you there and it lets your own mind fucking destroy you. You know, it's like, here you go. Come into the playground and your own head is going to create all these problems for yourself. Eddie's in there seeing, he doesn't see Pyramid Head. Angela doesn't see Pyramid Head. It's so good. And you know, the voice acting in those games has its charm, but it's not necessarily great, but it fits the game. God, Silent Hill 2 it's the king, the queen, it's everything. It is the champion. That's what it is. It's the champion of games. It's my favorite. It's just incredible. The story is still second to none. I do not give a shit. I've played a shit ton of games in my life, and no story. Some might come close, but no, none of them come close to Silent Hill. Get the fuck out of here, Silent Hill 2, I should say. None of them. I mean, that's the thing I could wax poetic about Silent Hill. It's emotional, it's fucking disturbing, it's gross, it's creepy as fuck. You know, like, James might not be, the voice acting might be the best, but you're like, damn, I'm invested in these characters. And Angela's storyline is super fucking sad, man. The shit she had to go through, and she's walking up the stairs on fire. And James is like, oh, Angela, and it's like implied that he can see the fire that she sees. But he probably is just feeling the heat. And she's like, oh, you see it too? This is what it's like for me all the time, you know? And she's like, oh my God, you get choked up. You're like, holy shit. These people are going through literal hell with the trauma they've gone through. Or the things they've done. Eddie was more there because he was kind of a dick. And he killed a dog at first, right? Because in the UFO ending, and it has the dog, or the dog controlled everything. And then when they do the credits, the dog sees Eddie, and it's like, it growls. And then he killed somebody else. I think he killed a guy at some point, too, he says. But Angela was, you know, abused by her father. I think it was her father. And her mother kind of just let it go, which she was fucking pissed at her mother as well. I think she killed them both. She killed the father, I'm pretty sure, yes, but I think she killed the mother as well. I think she killed them both. I can't, like I said, I can't remember everything, but... And then James has his own fucking story with... oh man, you see, I'm like, making myself look like an idiot. Maria was the one. He manifests Maria, who looks exactly like his wife, but has a completely different attitude than his wife did. Mary is his wife's name, duh. Maria is the other woman. But they had that other piece... I think it came out on the Xbox version and the greatest hits PS2 version. Born from a Wish, which is so, like, she was born from James's wish, like, of having Mary, once again, came from his mind. So she just, like, appears, you know? And can you imagine that? Like, if you just appear out of someone's mind as a person? Because everything else are, like, monsters and shit. But this is an actual person who's like, what the fuck? Like, they don't know, you know? It's so good. And the endings are all really good, too. Depending on which ones you get. They almost all could fit. There's one where, these are spoilers, obviously, for There's one where he leaves with the kid. That's the best ending. There's one where he leaves with Maria, and she starts coughing, and then you realize, oh shit, he's gonna go through the same thing he went through with his wife. She's sick now. So good. And then the other one, he takes Maria's body and then drives into the fucking lake and kills himself. And then I think those are only three main ones. And then there's the UFO one, which plays off the first game's UFO ending. And then there's the dog ending, where the dog's controlling everything. And there might be another one in there, I'm not sure. But, I mean, Silent Hill, man. Silent Hill 2, jeez. The other stories are solid, too. 4 is actually the second best story for me. 4 gets shit on a little bit too much, and I don't know why. Although a lot of Silent Hill fans like 4, I guess. But 4 had a really good story, and it was also, I mean, they're all creepy. All those games are creepy. Those are the Fatal Frames for me. Are really well done. They're putting out... Oh, they're bringing that Fatal Frame 4 is coming over to the Switch and the PlayStation, right? I saw that somewhere. Oh, that was on the Nintendo Direct, I think. Or Sony's one. They're bringing, because that one only came out in Japan on the Wii, Fatal Frame 4. And Made in Blackwater came out on the Wii U, and now it's on everything. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that shit. I got to see when that's coming out. I'd love to play that. These games are creepy as shit, man. I mean, like I said, though, everybody's going to have their own thing. Like, some people are really creeped out by Dead Space. I was not, although Dead Space is awesome. But then some people will be like, Fatal Frame's not creepy. And I'm like, oh my god, you know, it's so creepy. And other, you know, it depends on your level of horror and what messes you up mentally the most. That Dead Space remake could be pretty sick. That was a great game when I first played Dead Space. Damn, that was a good game. God, I think that came out in 08. I will say this about Dead Space. So that was a franchise that did not get beaten into the ground. There was 3 main games. There was the light gun shooter for the Wii, and then there was like a puzzle-ish game that's like downloadable. Right? There was no other Dead Spaces after that, right? I like to see that with games sometimes. Like when you start seeing a ton of them, you're like, ugh. Like even God of War now has what? Was there 2 or 3 handheld games? There was the 2 on the PlayStation. There was 2 on the PS3. There's 4. There's the 2, well, Ragnarok and God of War 2018. There's 6. Wait, yeah. 2, 4, 6. And then there's 2, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, right? Let's say 8 games in, when the first one came out, 05. 8 games in 17 years. It's not that bad. You know, Assassin's Creed took some time off, but they pumped them out. Call of Duty's obviously get pumped out like crazy. Sport games are their own thing, so they're going to come out every year. But that's what's kind of nice about GTA or even Elder Scrolls. That you don't, I mean, unfortunately, the gaps between games are too long. It's like a Tool album. It's like 15 years before each one, you know. But by the time it comes out, you're like foaming at the mouth to play. You're like, oh god. You forget about it, and then you start hearing about it, and you're like, oh god. But yeah, I'm gonna turn this off in like a minute. I'm just about in an hour, so I'll take a walk here. Go to the bathroom. But yeah, December's upon us. More videos to come. I don't know if I'm gonna get one up every day, but you'll see at least 28 or 29. December's 31 days, so yeah, 29, 30, you'll probably see. Depends how I feel. But you'll see stuff, eating vids, drinking vids. I'll definitely get a few roleplays up too, at least. I want to get some gameplays up. There'll be rambles, etc. All that stuff, whatever else I do. Yeah, so it's just a long ramble here to start December. And thanks for checking this out.